folks, so I wanted to do a quick first impressions of the S5 IIx, the Lumix S5 IIx, which I managed to pick up with the 14-28 it's like a super wide angle macro lens, but also the camera supports Prores internally, and it can record to SSD. So I also wanted to pick up an SSD with the camera, and I did with this SSK SSD. There's a link in the description below to Amazon, so you can see the drive. I got a 1TB one, and it's actually a really fast drive, about 750 megabytes a second, which is some 6,000 megabits a second. And you're probably also wondering why the super wide angle and why I'm so far away. Because obviously I'm recording with the super wide 14mm end of the lens, just to see what it can get in. And it's incredible. It's almost getting the whole of my front room in. So I thought I'd film out here rather than in my office where I normally film. So the idea behind this recording was to test that the hard drive can record. So we're recording in ProRes 422 standard quality, which is 541 megabits a second, I believe. So it's not the fastest bandwidth, and I will have to do some tests to see whether it can manage the, I think it's 1,900 megabits a second, the fastest. But as the drive can easily sustain 750, so 650 to 750 megabytes a second, which is around about 6,000 megabits a second, it should have no issues with anything you can throw at it from the camera. So I just did like a simple test copying a large video file, which is the kind of files that it's going to be writing, continuous files, and it seemed fine. Now, I did hear some reviews of this drive saying it got warm. Now, when I tested it and left it running for about half an hour plugged into the camera, it didn't seem to get too warm. It was sort of a little bit warm to the touch. And essentially the drive is, it's so small, and that's why I got it now. I'm going to get a clamp to fasten it on, but the clamp hasn't arrived yet. But it's small enough just to like hook on with a little clip or something to one of the eyelets for the camera's strap, for example. So or you could just mount it onto the hot shoe with like one of those double hot shoe adapters or something like that. You don't have to buy a dedicated mount, but it's literally about 2 inches by an inch, and it takes a mini NVMe drive, which is why it's so fast. And I couldn't find anything similar to it of that size, but it's literally pocketable, and you can see that it's not much bigger than, next to my glasses here, and also next to a memory card. You can see how small it is. And it comes with a USB-C cable, a little short one, about 5 inches long, 5-6 inches long, and it also comes with a USB-C to USB-A cable if you want to plug it into the old USB-A ports rather than USB-C ports. And I think, based on my first impressions of that, it's a really impressive drive to record your ProRes to. See what you think about the wide-angle lens. And first impressions of that, I've done a couple of pictures on it. Seems pretty sharp. So looking forward to doing some more, but unfortunately I couldn't get out today before it's dark. Curse the winter in the UK here. Had to wait in for the delivery of the actual hard drive, so it was dark by the time it came. And I've barely scratched the surface of the camera, but I've had a little play around with the ProRes and DaVinci, and it's a dream to edit compared to the more compressed codecs, and just the ability to record it effectively in camera with the little USB dongle. It's not a huge bind. It keeps the camera compact. I don't have to worry about having something like an Atmos Ninja, which is way beyond what I need. I just wanted something that would work in camera, and I saw this incredible deal on the S5 IIx, which was 2 years interest-free credit, and you get the camera, you get the lens, which is the 14 to 28, as I've said. I think when you get an immediate cash back at the checkout, which takes the price down to £21.95, £2,195, and then you get a further £300 cash back a month after you've owned the camera. You apply for that cash back and it comes as a form of a prepaid card, I believe. And then if you factor in the cost of the lens, which is about £600, you've just bought an S5 IIx for the price of an XS20, about 1,300 quid. And I always wanted a wide lens because I'm really getting involved with my landscape photography. And I wanted something that was a bit wider than 20 millimeters, the 20 to 60 kit. So the next test for this will be some bird photography with the Sigma 100 to 400 and some bird cinematography with the same lens to see how this performs and to see what it's like to edit that in ProRes as well. So I hope you like this little quick sort of first impressions. I've done a very quick lighting setup. I've only got a single light umbrella, so apologies for the lighting, and I'm so far from the camera without a monitor. I'm hoping that it's managed to keep focus on me. Anyway, folks, I will catch you all later. Bye.